We've got a very special and iconic vehicle in storage with us at the moment. So we thought we'd pull that car out, check it over, show you the kind of standard quality checks, if you like, that we do here, and then also have a bit of a deeper look at the car and show you some of the details of it. So I'll pass over to my colleague Matt, who's going to pull the car out of storage.
This is classic 80s. If ever there was an 80s car, I think this would be it. I think this one was last seen in Miami, this car. Still got the auction sticker on the front windscreen. Okay, so we're gonna check the tyres, obviously, make sure they're okay. We're gonna check there's no leaks on the car. We're gonna check the state of the battery and the health of the battery. Do a visual check, just to make sure there's nothing untoward with it. And it's 100%. More of the modern day cars are very tucked away, hidden, extremely hard to get to. So fortunately, this one is nice and accessible. This is a battery battery tester. This is going to tell us if it's at the right voltage, make sure everything's all right with that one. Okay, so carrying out the test now. Let's see what it is. Okay, outcome, good battery, so we're happy with that. So with these cars, because they're hidden here for such a long time, we generally pump the tyres up to around 50 psi. That stops the flat spots, stop them cracking, keep them in good order, in good condition. So we're just going to go around, check them, make sure they're around 50. So 49.1, so it's dropped a little bit. So we're just gonna add that. There we go. Okay, so when all vehicles come into storage, we do a check of the whole car, go through certain things with it. And then a quality control. But over time, once they've been here, perhaps they've been moved or they've gone out again, they're going to come back in every so often. We check them all over again. So I'm just going to go around that and make sure everything is fine with the car. We're looking out for some marks, dirty marks, grease marks, dust, anything like that. Anything that we can address if we see it straight away. Happy with this one. Okay, so while the car is in the prep bay, we're going to go ahead and just check the oil. There's no leaks under the car, so that's a good sign. Locate the dipstick. Pull it out. Check. We can see there's oils in there, good amount, and it looks pretty clean to us. So with these older cars, these classic cars, shall we say, the oil's relatively easy to check manually with the dipstick. So when they are in the prep bay, we'll do that just to make sure everything is fine and dandy with it. Okay, so as you can see, from where it's been sat around for a little while, it has accrued a little bit of dust there, so we'll obviously get that off before it goes back away. Okay, so we're just going to give it a little rub down before it goes away. If this was a prep out, it would be sort of more involved, checking the levels, etc., etc. But as it's going back into storage, not too much is going to be needed. Getting rid of the fingerprints that we've managed to put on it from checking all the items. When wiping these cars down, we always use sort of backwards and forwards motion as opposed to a circular movement. That's just to protect the paint a little bit better and making sure that no scratches or light scratches are on it. Car's all done, car's all fine and dandy. We're going to put it down one of the aisles, get some Parker photos, and then put it back into storage.
Okay, so you would have seen that Matt has done some checks on the Countach behind me. This is something we do here at Windrush from time to time for cars that are kept predominantly in storage, just to maintain the health of the vehicle. So he's checked tyres, oil, that sort of thing. Clearly, if the car was being collected by the client, there would actually be a more detailed series of preparation steps taken before the car leaves our care. Matt, having completed that process, we thought it'd be fun to park the car up here and talk about it in a little bit more detail and go into some of the features of this particular vehicle. So what is it? Well, it's obviously a Lamborghini Countach. This is actually a LP5000 S, which makes it one of the rarer Countach derivatives, with only around 323 cars produced between 1982 and 1985. What's interesting about it is that this is the start of the Countach journey from a relatively simple, refined shape to a much more aggressive, aero-focused vehicle with the wing and all of the aggressive appearance that you see behind me. This model predates the more famous Quattro Valvole version, which is arguably the most collectible of these cars, but this in its own right is quite special, as it arguably drives more purely than some of the later versions with bigger wings, more modifications and so on. This particular car was purchased at auction by our client in 2022 and has been in storage with us ever since, subject to annual maintenance and our routine checks, which you would have seen earlier on in the video. Let's take a look at the car and examine some of the wonderful details. It is, as you can see, absolutely enormous. It has significant ducting, the huge optional wing at the back, and probably, for me, some of the widest tyres you'll ever see on any production car, particularly at the rear. These are Pirelli Cinturotto P7s, which are the correct fitment for this vehicle. And this car has only done 5,000 kilometers, so it is actually extremely original and hence quite a collector's piece. It has, as you'd hope, the white leather interior, which really does complement the white exterior and gives it the full Wolf of Wall Street appearance. Famously, one of these was used in that film, although I'm not actually sure whether it was a 5000S like this or actually one of the later 5000 QVs, which are a bit more common. The car has a very extensive history, and just before auction had around £30,000 spent on it to get it up to mechanical standard before it was purchased by the current owner, which gives you something of an insight as to how expensive these cars are to look after these days. Okay, so I'm just going to open the doors and we'll have a look inside. Obviously, the doors open in the manner you'd expect. It is an interesting car to use. I'm extremely tall, but this is one of the least accessible cars for any person, let alone somebody my height. And once you're in it, you've basically got excellent forward visibility and absolutely no rearward visibility, which is why you quite often see people reversing these and hanging out of the door to see where they're going. The interior is beautiful in this one. Obviously, it's a very low mileage car. You've got the white leather trim complemented by the red carpets. As is typical of an Italian car of this era, the switchgear is somewhat haphazard, shall we say, in that there are buttons all over the place and there's no apparent sort of plan or method as to where those buttons are. But everything works well, and I think once you get up to speed on a big open road, it really is a fantastic machine to use, and perhaps not so good if you're cruising around central London. And obviously, this being a 1980s car and a Countach, there is one feature which just everybody loves and we have to show you. So I'm just going to sort of squeeze myself in and turn that on for you. Bear with me. So there you have it, the Countach in probably the configuration that everyone really knows these cars. Headlights up, scissor doors up in the air. It really is a stunning thing, and you know, while not the easiest car to drive or use, as I've said, it is an iconic supercar, one that was, you know, on everyone's bedroom wall, certainly when I was growing up. And it's a real pleasure to be able to look after something like this here and keep it in original and perfect condition, ready for the owner as and when he decides to use it. So that's the Countach. The car has obviously been checked over and we've given you a bit of insight, some information on it. The car will now be put back into storage. As I mentioned, it's not a car that's used very regularly. It will be checked from time to time, as we've shown in this video. We've been filming a few of the more interesting or unusual vehicles that we store here at Windrush London, and obviously this Countach is one of them. We're going to continue doing that on our YouTube channel. So if you like this, or you enjoyed this video and you want a particular vehicle for us to look at for you, or a request to see if there's something we have in storage that you might want to see a video on, please do like or leave a comment and we'll try to do that.